penguin whistle. So I start with my, oh, I'm going to make a fat penguin. Start with my whistle. Make sure my whistle is working. Then this one, that's going to be on the back again. I don't really need that to be on the front. Okay, so I'm going to start with my feet this time. And make 2 balls of clay the same size. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and make them really big. I'm going to make those feet ridiculously big. So I'm going to flatten these out, these 2 balls of clay the same size. Flatten them out, twisting, turning the ball of clay and squishing at the same time to flatten those out. Then I'm going to cut with my fettling knife in 2 spots. Make sure that they're don't meet. Make sure that those 2 spots where you cut don't meet. And then I'm going to separate it and squeeze it. Separate and squeeze, separate and squeeze. On both of those, separate and squeeze, separate and squeeze, separate and squeeze. And then I squish them back together a little bit. Squish them back together a little bit. Now I'm going to score and slip the bottom of my whistle. And then I'm going to put these where I want them, score them up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and put some slip on those too, just to make sure that if there's any negative space, it fills it in and attaches it. Okay, and set them right next to each other there. And I'm going to set my whistle on top. Oh, whoops, wrong direction. Twist it a little bit more. Okay, that's ridiculous. Those are huge. Those are huge feet. You don't have to make yours that big, but I think it's funny. All right, now, the back of the penguin, he needs a tail. So I'm going to take a ball of clay, I'm going to flatten it out into a big fat teardrop shape. Kind of a candy corn shape, like that. And that could have been bigger, but I'm okay with that. And I'm going to flatten it a little bit there because I want it to smooth in. So that will all be attached there. Score it. Okay, now score it here, and I got to be careful, very careful around where the air comes out because it's working at the moment. It works right now, so hopefully, getting clay in your mouth is the least favorite part of this project. Okay, and I'm going to smooth it in carefully, carefully, oh, so very carefully. Oh, so careful there, so careful around that opening. And then I'm going to turn it up a little bit so it sits down on the table. It still works. Okay, now I'm going to start with my eyes, nose, my eyeballs. Those feet are ridiculous. They are ridiculous. They're so silly. And my eyelids. Notice I make a slightly bigger pancake for my eyelids if I make small eyes. I'm going to make sure that goes over. And cut it in half with my fettling knife. And then score it. Score, 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 score. Score, 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 score. Score, score, score. Score, score, score. Score, 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 score. Score, 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 score. And attach my slip. I think I might have enough slip on there for the eyes and the eyelids. Alright, this one, he's going to be angry. I'm going to put some more slip on the back of this because there's going to be some negative space in there. I want to make sure that it's filled in. Alright, let's make him angry. Angry penguin. March of the Penguins. Angry. Angry March of the Penguins. And then I'm going to put my eyeballs in. And then that's risky there. I better make sure it works. Still works. It looks like Marvin the alien right now. Alright, until I do this. Put on his penguin beak. I'm going to make a long, tall pyramid and kind of bend it a little bit. Okay. He just turned into Angry Bird. He is no longer a penguin, and I'm okay with that too. As you're working, artist, you need to keep an open mind. Your idea is there for inspiration. If your idea changes as you're working, go with it. If you like the way it's looking, go with it. Oh, whoops, I didn't score on the face. Okay, now a distinguishing characteristic on birds. They have these little holes right here, presumably to breathe with. Alright, one last thing on him. He needs some wings. He's a pretty bulky guy right now. He's got a lot of stuff on him. He's heavier than he was before, that's for sure. But is he angry? Yes. Oh yes. Oh yes, he is angry. You better believe it, brother. I'm gonna roll it up, make my teardrop shape. Yeah, that works. So as I'm making I make a pancake, but I squeeze with my outside fingers at the same time to form that teardrop. And then I'm going to check them out together to make sure that they are about the same size. And then what do I do next, children? You score and slip, Miss Littlefinger. What? Do I score and slip? Is that what I do? Yes, Miss Littlefinger, you've been doing that forever. Yes, you still score and slip. Why you keep asking us if you score and slip? Alright, and then I have to put on my wings. Angry Bird. Now, if you want that to be a penguin, you make the eyes and the nose beak smaller, and then you'd have an oval on the belly for that white spot. But this guy, he just turned into an Angry Bird. Okay, now you can also add textures. This wooden stick is good for adding textures. Just give him a few lines here. Ooh, I just picked it up in an awkward position. And then a few lines back here. Adds interest, makes it even cooler. Angry Bird still works.